Hello, good morning. Hello, Parvati. Hello, Hope. So, Demon Magne, how they differ? I don't know. I think it depends on the group, on the group's concept. Um, I believe sometimes um, it depends on the group. Oh, yeah, I saw Parvati. And the comment section was very funny, actually. Like, not funny, it was sarcastic because it was like, oh, him making an appearance, showing up, and actually being the most talk about, or the most important thing that happened, more than the heads ups, the people that showed up as performers. Them feeling that confident, like I feel bad for JK. He was enjoying his long time in secret. The fans need to leave him alone. But they see this as a conquer, because it's like, oh, we didn't like. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think that it's a very weird like environment or atmosphere at the moment. Like if from one side you have the idol themselves telling that they want to be left alone, that please respect my privacy, and then on the other side you have people that just cannot listen, or they listen what they want to listen, and they interpret things the way they want to. So I mean, I understand he's famous, but maybe the guy wants to spend, being just a random person and not getting recognized. And also he was there as part of the crowd, so I don't think it adds to him or his fame to be there or not. He just probably is something that he wanted to be, to celebrate other artists. I think that there's something about, like that. For some fans, I think that it's like, oh, like I cannot comprehend that my favorite artist admires someone. It's like, oh no, because they are big. So if they are there to admire someone, or if they're there to enjoy some other artist, it's like that artist should consider themselves lucky that JK is looking at their way. And it's like this, like very, like, I don't know. Yes, specifically Blackpink, who was headlining, and the fan wars. Yes, that's what I read on the comment section, and I was like, okay, here we go again. So you cannot even like leave the subject alone. You cannot leave it alone, obviously. So, yeah, good for you, I guess. He wants his privacy respected, but goes to Coachella. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Like, I know it's an important event. It's huge. It's popular. It's everything. At the moment, for me, since I'm not from that culture, like I know about it, but I never had been there or participated in those kinds of shows. For example, here in Argentina we have a Lollapalooza that is the same that also performs in different countries, and I never like I'm so like I love concerts, but I want to have my seat really. Like I'm so not into being mixed in the crowd, like getting pushed. um, I have not the spirit for that. But I understand that for maybe for younger people, this is great. But yeah, like I don't know, like it's past my era of wanting to go out there. I would have been excited to see my idols too, and would have shared about that after the event to protect their privacy. He needs to ask tips from B. The guy knows how to underground without surveillance. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm sorry, but Coachella is a promotion event. He knew he was gonna get caught. Yeah, like, I don't care, honestly. Like, I mean, I'm happy for the people that got the chance to perform in there. Like, I think that, like, for me, I don't know much about certain artists, but I believe that for them it's a huge deal. So I hope that they had like a great like um like a great experience and that they left satisfied and first of all that no one got hurt or something happened, just you know hopefully they don't figure out JK's state or who he was there to see. Actually, celebrities should be able to be anonymous. Mm. Doja Jung's songs are fire. Like I saw a few clips of their performances. Oh really? Oh, I'm going to check them out later. Mm. So yes, guys, we were going to talk about Maknaes today, and we start talking about the golden magnet, because he got this you know disappearance, and suddenly everyone is talking about it. So I think that I don't know, JK is special for me. For me, like I know that a lot of people see him like this very sexy guy or this very handsome guy or this. For me, JK is like my baby. I know it sounds weird, but for me he's like my child. Like sometimes I don't understand him, but there's something very endearing about him. Like I really hope that fame doesn't destroy the very little special things that he can have, because I kind of like understand how much his privacy means a lot to him, but yeah, he gets attention, so it's like he has to find a balance between that, um, to somehow know how to set boundaries, because I think that probably he had said a few things or he had stated a few things, but it seems like maybe the audience is not really like taking him seriously. It's like It's like, yeah, yeah, you want privacy. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, how awful that there are people that want to invade your privacy. But here I am invading your privacy as well. So, but he loves us. So, it's okay if we do it. Um, I think that he should definitely like someone said, he should learn from B or from someone that is a bit more like straightforward with how they say things, so the message can get across, and they can actually get the message that he's not joking, that he really wants to be left alone. Um, and that probably he wants to enjoy things for himself. It's not that impossible to understand that the guy wants some privacy. um, but at the same time, I think that probably JK is going to have some trouble like setting boundaries, because he had always been surrounded by love and by also by a lot of babying. Oh no, I just call him my child, so there could be like also in the category of babying someone. Um, I think he just has that, it seems like, your maternal instinct comes out, even though he is a 20 something guy, he's not a baby. Um, but seeing him grow and everything, definitely I feel very like I want him to be okay, and I want him to enjoy his life. But I think that probably he's like, wow, I'm receiving all this love and all this attention, and I cannot put restrictions to that, because they do it because they love me, and probably for him it's like he's going to have to also learn that love, in the name of love, you can do a lot of things, and you can do a lot of crazy things if you're not well. So I think that he should start feeling so like a bit sorry if he puts boundary on people, but he should be a bit more like assertive, and not so much like, oh, I want to be polite and somehow I want to be considerate to you guys about what I'm saying, but I think that he should be a bit more like, like I'm serious, like really, like really. Um, JK was drinking on Weaver's live. He wants the fans to know he's a grown ass man. Yeah, but he does that. He does things out of the blue, because it seems like, okay, he was like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to have these drinks here. I'm going to chill. I'm going to do whatever, and like a sort of rebellious kind of act, and the fans are like, oh my god, like when did this happen? It seems like he, I don't know, like he just started bringing alcohol in the mix, and he's and it's like sort of like, okay, I'm an adult now and you cannot tell me what to do, but it's like it is a bit like weird how everything started, like of course that it had to start at some point. I think that when I did readings for him, when we pulled cards for him, when I did the reading for him at the beginning of the year, definitely I saw this and I said this, that he was going to act like a rebel teenager somehow, doing what's the opposite of what is expected of him. So I think that it's very funny to see it, like to see it at display, to see it with my own eyes. But I think that that's also been a bit non-confrontational, like him trying to be, yeah, I'm showing you the raw side of myself, but at the same time it's like, please don't stop loving me. like please, like, yeah, like, like there's a bit of there's a Libra in him. There's a Libra nature in him. Wanting to please at the end. It's like it's like Burning Man. It's the only venue to hold that size crowds and the sense of freedom. Remember when he got so annoyed because they told him to stop? Namjoon told them to stop. Like, I mean, it's not all the fans. There are fans that are great, and that they are very, very mature and very understanding. But then there are others that are just chaotic and disrespectful. And also the fact that they say that, oh, these people are not part of our fandom. The people that said that are other fans pretending to be armies, the ones that said that to him. I don't think so. I think it's part of the fandom. It's part of the fandom. Like, also, like, acknowledge that the toxicity is also part of you. Like, acknowledge it. Of course, that since it's a very big fandom, you cannot control you in any fandom. This is not for BTS only. I believe that for other groups like this, for other fans like this, there's always going to be crazy. um, but I think that is very unfortunate. I watch a few TikToks of fans of armies actually feeling very angry at these sort of episodes, because they are like, we work so hard to actually see the guys accomplish this, and we want them to be happy, and we cherish this that we have with them. So why is these people like ruining everything? So um it's crazy, guys. It's crazy. But it's like what we were talking about yesterday. um People are crazy in general. People are crazy in general. Like, people are really like going crazy in general. And and I don't know, there's a sense of entitlement behind a lot of opinions, behind a lot of people's opinions. It's not just army, it's also all the other fandoms as well. Um it's like Akira mentioned yesterday. Okay, like, they want our sympathy when they are getting attacked, but then when something happens with another female idol, they are awful with other female idols as well. They have no respect, and then they ask the fandom asks to respect their idols because they're females. So where is the empathy when I need it? Why do I have to be empathy every time it happens to you or your favorite group, and when it happens to mine, you don't care and you just look the other way, or you just make it worse? So it's not empathy. You have selective attention. You just care for things that are related to your favorites, and that's selfish. But that's the thing, guys. People are selfish. People are selfish. That's the reality. You can expect something from a person on the internet. You cannot expect respect, or you can write a long letter or a long paragraph about your reasons why you think that this is right, this is wrong. They just don't care. They just don't care. Why were they mad at Suga about Big Bang? That's his opinion he wanted to share. Is he the member most fed up with them? Yeah. Hello, Fluffy. Hello, Marushka. Like when we was talking about Jackson, is he is him being grown and having fun. Like, yeah, and that's something that we were talking about yesterday. I joined a live, a Twitch live of this Argentinian TikToker that I do follow. That she's a citizen, but she's a fan of Wavy actually, and 17, and she's a journalist at the same time. So she does share a lot of great like facts, information, in Argentinian. So I feel very comfortable, when she had lived overseas. She spent a year in Japan, so she's very young, but she's very knowledgeable. So I like the content that she makes. She's very serious, but we share birthdays, so she's great. And we were talking about this, because her subject actually was this that happened with Rose and the pictures, and the consumption of these things that were supposed to be there, and that no one knows what happened, and she was talking about like how the news were brought up, how the news were brought up, and and I think that everyone in the comment section, we were all like agreeing that actually it wouldn't have caught our attention if it wasn't because there was a certain someone, a certain fandom that actually brought it up, you know because no other fandom was talking about it. It was that fandom, and for me, actually, like I also was surprised because we have Discord. We have our community is very small. I mean, we are not that many. The same that we are here is the same that we are on Discord. Um, and there was silence about it. No one was talking about it. I was the one that was like, "Hey guys, this is happening. Does anyone know something?" Like, you know, because I heard from someone that it was trending, that and that it was like all over the place and everyone were talking about it, and I was like, oh my god, like like and it really like worried me. Like I was like, what's going on? I was very peaceful doing my things, and all of a sudden I hear this. Well, it's K-pop world, a lot of accusations, scandals can happen, but I was like, because it was serious, it was like, oh my god, there's a picture of this, and I was like, oh my god, like, um and then when I saw the comment section of those of the the pictures and stuff, I was like, why are they there? I'm like, and what they were saying, they were awful, awful, and I was like, oh, I get it. I get it. It took me a long time to get it, actually. But I was like, oh, I get it. That's why I didn't hear about it. That's why it wasn't on my timeline. That's why I couldn't see it, because since I don't follow those sort of places, like I just don't hear it. And you don't talk about it either, guys. Yes, humans are degrees of selfish, self-interest, self-preservation, and compassionate. Hmm. Hey, Spirit. Yeah, they wanted everyone to know about Rosé to make it a big scandal. Yeah, but it was awful. It was awful, and I was like, but what? Like, I don't know. But and it's like they're everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Like I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. Like I don't care for either fandom because they both had their teeth and tail for saying vile stuff in the name of their idols. Yeah, yeah. I have been learning about the members from you all here since I saw their pleas for understanding in a clip where they talk about their feelings and not wanting to do certain music. I have totally ignored for both fandoms. Yeah, I will have to do that. I will have to do that. In that sense, like I'm very grateful that I usually like I have people that yes they do love Blackpink, they do love BTS, I love BTS, but I don't engage with certain fandoms. Like I'm just a casual listener, and I'm very happy for what they had accomplished. Like I really hope these guys and these girls do great, but of course, like I don't want the toxicity. I don't want to sign up for the crazy. No, 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 no. Like I get it that people are passionate about them, but there are other ways. Like the best thing you can do for your group is, to be okay. Like don't do that. Because karma comes back and around. Karma is always there. So you never know. You never know. Yeah, there's a new controversy or something to be offended about every 2 days. Exactly. That also. We are in very harsh like situations, and actually where everything is very delicate right now. Everything is under attack. So we have to, remain civil. Just be a good person, like be a good person, like just the only action that you can do is not to engage in that. You're doing a lot, actually. I have become a casual fan of BTS and Blackpink due to their fans. I hope the best to both these groups, but I can't stand the toxicity, the fandoms, mostly the crazy ones. Yeah, because there are some part of the fandoms that are just lovely, lovely people, very lovely. But yeah, these crazy fans, they ruin it for the rest. Yes. About Blackpink and BTS fans, I think people need to chill a bit. I think people are studying them as a trend rather than genuine appreciation. That's why there's the sense of defensiveness. Yeah, because I remember when I got into BTS, when I started following them, and I like started like joining the groups and Kakao Talk groups, Discord groups, of different communities that there were armies. Actually, there wasn't that I don't know. I, at least in my experience, I haven't had that. Actually, the community was very loving, very supportive. They would, yeah, we would talk about the music and stuff, but we would also share about things about our personal history, and we would always ask each other like, "How are you?" If someone was going through something difficult, we will be there for that person. Even though we were separate in different parts of the world. Um, Very loving people, a lot of very loving people, very willing to share and to give what they have available, to somehow make you have a good day, like in conversations. But yeah, I guess things had changed. Things had changed, and in the fandom probably there's a lot of mix of different kinds of people, so it's very noticeable that there's some differences in there. There's this sense of this defensiveness in them, as if another group achievements take away from their group's achievements somehow. Yeah, that's why they are everywhere. Like you are like, why are you in this, I don't know, rookie group conversation? Why are you here? Like, support your own thing. Like, stay on your line. Like, like, why? We don't want to know about you. And how will they learn if everybody just gets them to get away with everything? Yeah. They're too big to be stopped right now, Maruska. They're too big. I don't believe in nice to people who cross boundaries. Yeah, but they're too big. Like even the boys. I don't think that I call them the boys, the guys. I don't think they can stop them. I don't think. I think that it's already starting. So when fandoms are this huge, there are always gonna be problematic people. Unfortunately. I don't even stay with bank, but they're huge in South Korea even after so long. Again, it's all because they are going to the military. Yeah, more than one artist can be successful at a time. There's enough. Yeah, there's enough space. There's a space for everyone. There's a space for everyone. I don't know. Yeah, and K-pop's popularity may have become mainstream with BTS, but it has grown more and more popular with other groups before them. Well, it calmed down EXOs, so hopefully. And not just thanks to other K-pop groups, but K-drama, even animes and mangas have helped. Mm, mm, mm. Wait, guys, I'm going to have to, like, because the water it's too, I don't know if it's too cold. Like, my mate it's awful. Wait, I'm going to change it. Okay, I'm back. Chen escaped to the military after the Panajica case. Okay, let's get hope. Armies get humbled too. Excellent. Yeah, I'm happy because, yeah, me too. I'm happy because Chen, actually, what they did to Chen, it was like, my God, like, are you that many? Why is this silence? Like, literally silence. Like, it definitely revealed their colors. This is how they feel about them. And it's not just a group of 17 people, it's a whole venue. So, they have some reflection to do. Like, I don't know, like the disrespectfulness. Like, how can you do that? How can you do that to a person? He's not a criminal. Like, I don't understand people. I don't understand how they can do this. Like, I don't know. I don't know. And then if something happens to him, they will be like, "Oh, I didn't know what happened. Oh, I feel so sorry." Like, come on, this is a human being, and you are hurting him doing that. It's like an evil experiment on public. It's like a public humiliation. Like, if you don't like it, just don't buy the tickets. Don't go. Like, don't be there. Like, but it's, and it was the whole venue. It wasn't just some people making silence. Like, you definitely could tell that this was arranged. Yes, it was a 15 people venue in Seoul. 15, yeah, 50, 50, yeah. I'm sorry, 50,000. I'm reading it wrong. 15,000. Awful. Awful. Cheng's treatment has been awful. The guy is so talented. He did nothing wrong. Like, myself seeing it, I felt so bad for him. I felt so bad. And every time I see him, I feel bad, and I like, I don't have a bias in EXO because, EXO had has their moments where, because everyone wasn't listening, so, they have great music, but it's a bit confusing. Sometimes they have, sometimes they are active and then they're not. So at least when I got into K-pop, like, I got a bit late. Like I got that part where, I didn't get to enjoy them seeing, like, perform together for a while. Then they started going to the military, and yes, there were individual projects, but it wasn't the same. So, but I think that if I will have to choose a bias, Chen would be my bias, definitely. Chen will be my bias. He just seems so, like, so down to earth. I like his energy. He's not that, like, he's just chill, he's just there. Yeah, I can't even imagine to get the disapproval of 15,000 people at once. Shocking. Exactly. Exactly, Mariska. It's like your worst scenario. I don't know. I would feel like, and just seeing him sitting in there, even his body language, he's trying to keep his composure, he's trying to keep his, but you see him, like, making himself so small in that chair, and when everyone were making jokes and laughing, he was just trying to laugh with them, but he was so, like, oh my God, like, I felt so bad. I felt so bad. I remember when I first learned about him getting married and expecting a baby, I was so happy, and the next minute my jaw was crushed by fans making it a huge scandal. It was my first time seeing this side of K-pop. Imagine veterans fans expected the mess the moment they announced it. Yes, stay away. EXO doesn't need or want toxic fans who act like that. He's so nice and smart and he's able to put people at ease. Yes, there's something about him that it's very, it's very like, um, he's just a simple guy, like probably, yes, he has the talent and the voice, that's why he's there, but, um, yes, he looks so small and invisible. Yeah, yeah, I feel so, oh my God, I feel so bad. Like I had to block all these TikToks that would come up about scenes of him, being recorded from different sides, him looking all sad. I had, because it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. Um, and also there's something about Chen that I'm not an expert about like EXO's history, you know. But from what I've seen online and what people talk about, actually, Jen had always been in relationships. Like, I don't know when or how I came across, I think it was in Twitter, that someone was commenting about, there were some leaked pictures of him being with the next girlfriend. And yes, it was him in the pictures. Definitely, it was him. You can see that it was him. And these were like couple pictures. And this was from a long time ago, like really when EXO was huge. So I think that I don't think it could shock people that he was in a relationship, or that when you have that member that you're like, yeah, I definitely see him married with children already. Like I think that the guy had been dating, while working as an idol. I mean. Yeah, I think I read the most fans knew about his relationship since um, 2016 or something. And Chen is the lucky one, with a loving family at home. And even a stylist has been putting him into gray or very neutral colors. It feels like they are erasing him a bit. Yeah. Yeah, the fandom knows about Chen's relationship. I mean, his girlfriend even went to the concert in the US, I think. And also, like, if we think about the past, like Kai and Baekhyun, they also been in relationships. Yeah, they broke up, but while they were dating, like, did they get the same hate? No. Probably what upsets. I mean, I'm talking before getting married. I know that getting married probably is like, it was like a huge bomb, and also having babies, everything at once. So, probably, but it was a bit too much, like Bobby. But when it comes to your someone from the group being in a relationship, um, I think that Kai also had his relationship with Crystal, and I'm sure he also had like some repercussions. I'm sure, because Kai is very popular, and Baekhyun, and well, they broke up then. But I think that, what is it about Chen that people are like, there's this hate towards what he does, like what does it affect you if he has a family? Like are you like shocked that he's spending his money on raising his children and providing for them? Like, what do you think the idol money is for? I'm glad he has a family of his own to support, and he's not giving his money away, the very little that I bet that he has, um, to, I don't know, abusive relatives or family members that just, don't acknowledge him except when they want a favor. Because there are some idols family members that are really abusive. I mean, and I mean, like I don't know. Like I think that my respect grows a lot knowing that he can sustain and maintain a relationship and have children and have family instead of seeing him, for example, being in the head, being like on the news because he cheated on his girlfriend or he was abusive to his girlfriend, or you know, I think I prefer to see him as this family man and this news about him having a family than seeing news about him, you know, like being horrible to his partners. You know, I feel that people just don't understand the the level of importance. You know, that for me it says a lot that he had a long commitment with someone, and yes, they're having children. Mm. Kai has been known for being into two relationships. Yeah, that we know of. Two relationships. Yeah, the mainstream ones, but we don't know about the other ones. He got married and didn't leave the group. He showed it can be different from before. They probably thought Jay can kick him out like Sojitsun. Oh yeah, when he got married. From what I understand, K fans are angry about the fact that Chen has an uncle image that could uncle image oh my that could have repercussions on the whole group. Actually, Chen, like I mean, like you know, like I'm saying, I'm not an exol, so maybe if there were some exols they can correct me, but from what I see from Chen, he had always had that attitude of, yes, he probably is a very handsome guy, or it's a very like, well, he had always been very humble, like you know, like not that, like as an artist, not that, you know, eccentric. Actually, he had always been very like, you know, like humble and just there. And he's like, okay, do I have to sing now? Okay, I will sing, and that's it. You know, I never think him like you know, like I think he had always been an uncle, like you know, like the idea of forever youthfulness needs to go. We can't be kids forever. No, we cannot. Yes, K-pop fans prefer cheating news than happy family. Exactly, Mariushka. Yeah, yeah. We should make a banner about that. You know, we should make like you know, a whole sign about that. You know, in the in these, you know, communities of unpopular opinions, we should put that one as a logo. Thank you, Samara. Let's be honest. well, well, two Infinite members are all Uncle Image now, with their siblings having kids before them. They seem fine. They're okay. They're beautiful. They are still talented. The talent didn't go away. I seriously remember reading about the uncle image thing. Chandler always had this image, anyways. It's true. Yeah, like I mean, from my observations, I don't know. Maybe there was like a pre-debut era of Chen being that, like being very like, I don't know, like edgy, but I didn't get to see it. So I always think him like very calm guy, you know, like Dio, like Kyunso. Um, Most idols, younger siblings have full families now, but Oppa is young forever, like me, forever young. And what about Uncle Kai bragging, bragging image? Maybe Chen should start bragging. Yes, Chen should, like, yeah, it's just that it's dangerous. Yeah, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Who else has an uncle image in K-pop in recent? Oh, Jungkook, yeah, the Magne. Jacob from The Voice. The leader, Fluffy. My bias, Sanyeon. and his nephews. Chenle from NCT gives me uncle vibes. Like, why do the stylists give him grandpa sweaters? Oh my. Yeah, I agree, Barbati. I agree. 100%. I agree. What's going on with those sweaters? Those sweaters and those barrettes? Like, stop it. Like, it's always the sweaters. Stop it. Stop it. What's going on? Like, is this some kind of conspiration against the poor guy? Stop it. And the fluffy, and also the fluffy hair, the fluffy hats. I don't know. They keep saying Joha look like Steve Harvey, and I'm sick. Sanyun is like I bragging about his nephew. He's ready to be married. The age from 17. Big has also been wearing grandpa sweaters since forever. That's a Capricorn in him. Yeah, that's the Capricorn in him. Like, I mean, I was like this. I remember uh, I was 20, I believe. Yeah, I was in my 20. I was 20 years old, and my father-in-law in that moment, he had this, the typical like sweater with it's not, I how do you call it, the symbol that is like this. It's a figure. I want to say a square, but it's not a square, and it's not triangles as well. Well, you know that those sweaters that have like this, um, the grandpa sweaters that have this. I cannot find the word. Yeah, diamond. Yeah, sort of diamond shape. Yeah, diamond shape. So he had this black and white, that. Yeah, and I was like, I want that sweater. Like, I wanted like one like this. And I would look at him and I would be like, when you don't wear that sweater anymore, I want it for myself. And he would look at me like I was crazy, but I love the grandpa sweaters. I love that. That's the old Capricorn in me. Hey, Kurami. Yeah, it's been so long. I love the grandpa sweaters, and and now that everyone is wearing also the tailored pants and suits. I love it as well. It's very Capricorn. It's very boring, but I love it. Yeah, Arcade is so cold of a attire. Sorry, guys, I'm going to eat in front of you, but I'm hungry. When I just wash my hair, it looks awful. Like, it looks like this. Who's immature? John, honestly, I don't. His personality that well, but just based on his dress style reminds me of Dio a bit. Yeah, we earth signs, we love it. We love anything boring but polished. Yeah. Mm. I like the that Kai has that sort of bear like hoodie. I love that one. It looks so like warm. Oh yeah, I like Christmas sweaters with deers and stuff. Dio is always dressed like either grandpa or priest. Yeah. See, Yongo is anything but immature. He's the oldest at home, despite being a Magna. Yeah, and also Samara, I believe probably he prefers to be that cover up because they usually give him very like fully clothes. Like he doesn't show any skin, which looks great on him, but he does stand out because of this. I don't know. I think of Jungkook and how he's constantly wearing a button shirt. I just know he's a Virgo rising for real. Yeah, yeah. How the the Virgo influence people? They always wear like the plain T-shirt, and they look amazing. He has to hot fully clothed like that though. Fluffy Ops absolutely. Dio looked this weekend for every fan meeting like a 50-year-old husband that his wife put him in gray sweater and white shirt for family lunch. Yeah. Dio and also Dio and his attitude. It's like the outfit and everything goes together. He's like, oh, I have to go perform. Okay, here I go. Oh yes, definitely agree with Kai. He seems to like kids, but he's kind of like one himself still. It's good that Jungkook has opinion on what he wants to wear. I love when they cover idols all the way up, but they still exude sex appeal. Like that's my favorite. Yeah, yeah. I love it when they don't give them the crazy hair colors. Honestly, when they look like people. I think he wants people to pay attention to his talent rather than his body, though he gets attention for it anyway. Yeah, I love him. I mean, he has a very good body, very like a strong body shape. But yeah, I don't know. What about the Korean standards? Yeah, we all need him in a sleeveless shirt at least once. I'm sorry, guys. And rumors flare up when Taemin appeared in Be Live with the guy hoodie. Ah, I think Jungkook once said that his role model was Jungkook because he's Maknaes with mature image, and that's the image he wants to give. Also, both are super strong. Yeah, since we were talking about Maknaes, we had mentioned JK, Jungho, or Jungho. What other Maknaes do we have? Because we're going to pull cards for them. I'm going to pull cards for them. Ian, Eric. Well, Ian I did bring. Eric, Hechan. We didn't. Suyu. Kai. Kai is the magnet? Jisung, NCT. Yeah, Jisung is Magne. Sehun. Yeah, Sehun is the Magne. Guy is not the Magne. They're from the same year. Okay. Sunjong. Infinite. Did I read for Sungjong? Nikki. Did I read for Sungjong of Infinite Spirit? I don't think so. Did I? But I know that you always mention them, but I'm trying to get used to their names. I know a few, but there are others that just leave my mind. Ning Ning. Oh my god, my pen doesn't work. Okay. Sometimes they talk about Magnet Line like Sonu and Eric, both being born in 2000s. Yeah, yeah, I know, but the original Magnet. Yeah, I was so hard when poor Sonu because he didn't have anything to do with that. But I was so hurt when they were doing this content about the boys when Eric was in hiatus and they referred to Sonu like the Magnet. And I was so hurt because I was like, oh no, they're forgetting about Eric. They're going to replace Eric. I was so sad. Juk Jung of Godzilla. Okay, okay. Okay, guys. I'm not going to pull cards for all these people that you're mentioning. I'm going to pull cards for some of them because, it's a long list. I will do my best. Yeah, I know it makes sense. Yeah, I know it makes sense, but I was so heartbroken about it. I was like, why? Like, how? Like, no, this is not okay. I was so in denial. Like, and poor Sonu, it's nothing against him. I love him. But it's like, no, I cannot accept this. You know, I want Eric back. I was so heartbroken. I was so heartbroken when Eric was gone. That's when I realized that actually I love the voice. Like I'm not just a casual listener of the voice. I definitely have a strong connection with them, and because I think that if it had happened to other group or to other member, I would be like, oh, that's so sad. Let's wait for him to be better and come back when he comes back. But with Eric, I was like so emotionally like invested. Yeah, remember Kuromi and Fluffy? We were all like during the lives. They would hear me my rants and my complainings and everything, and they were there for me. Mm. Okay, guys, wait that I'm going to get my cat out because it's going to be her lunch time and she's going to bother me to out. because I know her. I know what's her deal is, and she's always annoying. Because Eric, the sweetest boy out there, he didn't deserve all that. Mm-hmm. Exactly. But it was weird that a Magne would be in hiatus. It was like weird, especially Eric. For you to bring a Capricorn into hiatus, you have to have done something really bad to him. Like I understand if a water sign goes into hiatus, but not a Capricorn, not like Eric. Okay, let's begin. I'm going to pull just 3 cards and one of the oracle, and I'm going to make it brief so I can read for as many as possible of these people in the list. Okay, these are the Maknaes. Yeah, Ikurom. It's just that there are so many in the voice. Like every time I'm like, yeah, this is my bias. I feel like I'm missing something. Like I can give myself the permission to have different biases. For me, for example, is Sanyon and Q. And sometimes Hyunjae. Sometimes. Okay, let's begin with JK. With BTS JK. I think I love Leo Moons too much. Yeah. They are beautiful. Okay. He got this card. I cannot show entirely because it's very sensitive, but he got the Devil card, Daughter of Fire, that it will be like Page of Wands, and Son of Water, that it would be like Page of Cups. So Page of Wands, Page of Cups, and the Devil. And then from the Oracle, he got the card of Moon in Scorpio, Power. This is for JK. So what is it like for him being a Magne? Honestly, he's a very ambitious Magne. Like starting with the Devil card, definitely, I think that he's someone that he's not that fragile as people think that he is. Actually, he's very ambitious, and he knows about the appeal that he has. He knows about the appeal that he has. He also has these pages, so definitely he considers himself as someone that is still like growing and expanding as a Magne. He sees himself as his teenage self. It's not someone that he's trying to look older or pretend that he's like wiser and like the mature one. Actually, he doesn't consider himself mature at all, because he has the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups. So he sees himself as someone very emotional, very emotional, a bit too energetic when it comes to the things that he likes. It's like he doesn't waste his energy on everything, just like, people think that he's good at everything. No, actually, he focuses on what is going to give him a good benefit, that is going to benefit him in the long run. But yeah, here with the Devil, I definitely see that he is. He knows how to use his resources and his appeal, and probably, since you have a lot of pages here, probably like being baby a bit, being babied, like he doesn't mind that, it's like, okay, like, yeah, I'm young, like, and probably, he's going to keep acting like a teenager for a long time. Probably he could potentially be that sort of like artist that remains very youthful even when he becomes very older. Actually, this is something that is very Virgo like. This them connecting with their, actually Virgo represents the teenager, the adolescent in the zodiac. So I think that he will always remain curious, want to learn new things, and probably yes, being a bit of a romantic, because we have the Page of Cups. So like we were talking at the beginning about him not knowing how to assert his opinions or his boundaries. Probably he's a guy that yes, he has the Page of Wands, so he's very proactive, but at the end of the day, he is a lover. He's a softie. So probably yes, he will try to be like a bit more aggressive when he wants to, but then his heart is going to win at the end. So probably this about setting boundaries, about like keeping his word when it comes to not letting people get away with criticizing him, or I think he will forgive people easily. Like he could be that sort of member that yeah, maybe some things can frustrate him a bit when it comes to people trying to tell him what to do. But at the end of the day, he will just put a beautiful smile on his face, and he will just keep giving and receiving the love. um, I think he doesn't like confrontations. He doesn't like, to become bitter or become like cold. I think that he's a very sweet guy, at least with him being the magnet. I believe he wants to remain like the one that has love available to give to the fans when the others probably are busy, or when the others are dealing with their own things, or when the others are being a bit like, like more probably selfish. I don't know why say selfish, but I think that this is how he views. When the other members probably are be like, no, I'm taking care of myself. Like they are like, oh no, but what about the fans? Him thinking about the others, him thinking about army. Like, but what about them? What can we give them? Because they're going to feel lonely. And I don't want them to feel lonely. I want to remind them that I love them. He has this sort of like also dependency. Also, he's too much emotionally available, like for them. But they feed each other. We have the devil here, so definitely, he knows what he's doing. He's no naive, but it's like a toxic relationship, it's kinda. But yeah, then with the moon in Scorpio power, definitely the guy, I mean, JK, we know that he's the golden magnet. And I think that for him, this sort of mysteriousness about him, or this need for him to be a bit anonymous, and also not showing that much, even though he is very generous, is his appeal. At the end of the day, he has the power. Probably he has more power and influence than the rest of the members. Him as the magnet, he's not like, oh, because I am the youngest, like I have to wait for others to give me permission. No, actually, I'm the one in control here in the group, and probably he's the one that has power in the group. Probably what he says is it gets done, and he will become more and more comfortable with power as years pass by. And probably you don't see this, or I don't know, maybe the fans know about this, but probably he's like the one with power in the group, and somehow he tells the others what to do. So since he got the devil card, he should watch out for not abusing that power. Not coming off to like, like sort of boss baby, like oh, what is it? It seems like he has a lot of power. Like somehow the members listen to him and are like, oh no, JK said this. So he's no fool. He knows what he's doing. And he knows how. how influenced he is, how influential he is in the group. He knows that if he refuses to do something, the group will not work, or there will be something lacking if he doesn't agree. So it could be a bit of manipulation in there. So, let's see how this goes as time passes, how they manage this with their dynamics. But yes, he is the powerful one in there. He can clash with others, but at the end, I believe that he knows that he has the power. Okay, let's move on to 80s Jongo. They got a lot of pages. A lot of pages. Yeah, because they're still learning. I mean, definitely they are always reminded that they are it's not that they are the amateurs, but that they are the youngest one. So when it comes to experience, they are always reminded that they are the youngest one. Okay. Jongo got 9 of cups, page of earth, page of pentacles, and page of cups. Another lover. And he got the Libra card. And I know that Jongo is a Libra. He got Venus, Venus in Libra, indecision. This is the most Libra card ever. Indecision. So I think that Jongo as a Maknaes, he definitely feels fulfilled in his role because I think that he feels emotionally fulfilled being the Maknaes. I think that he's a very hardworking guy because he got the page of pentacles. So for him, he doesn't take things for granted. He knows he has to work hard. He knows he has to practice hard. He knows he has to be excellent. He knows he has to be committed and responsible. And he's always willing to learn something new. He's like always working on himself. He's very serious, even though he is the Maknaes, he's very serious about his position because he enjoys it. He feels very good. Like he actually feels. He feels very and he's also someone that is very emotional. He's very sensitive. It's just that probably there's something about Jongo also wanting to be an excellent Maknaes. There's something about him wanting to be perfect or him wanting to be the best of the best. So there's a bit of, he could sometimes feel a bit too emotional because of how much he pressures himself to be like the best. It seems like also since he has the page of pentacles, probably he doesn't open up, even though he's very sensitive. And if you ask him about it, he probably will cry because he's very sentimental. He's a very sentimental guy. But I think that probably he can cry when someone compliments him. There's something about him like pushing himself a lot to be the perfect one, to be perfect in his role. And he feels a lot of heavy burden, like a lot of responsibility, a lot, and no one is putting him in this position. It's his own perception. Like, okay, this is my role. I have to do the best. I have to be the best. I cannot relax. I still have to work on myself. I cannot relax. And also here with Venus in Libra, indecision. Probably, for him, for Jongho, um, this is a very Libra card. Sometimes he doesn't know who he is. And he doesn't know he's loved. Because this is Venus in Libra. So he just adapts to whatever comes up. He adapts to. This is why he probably like pressures himself to be the best, because he's like, okay, like I want to be loved, and I want to be accepted. So I don't know, maybe he does have to work a bit with his self-esteem, because it seems like even though he tries very hard, and actually he's a great achiever, he's great, he's like he does very well. Everything that he puts his mind into, he does it perfectly. But there's also a lot of like uh, duality in him, like he can look perfect on the outside and he can look like he's in control, but actually he's not. He feels a bit like indecisive. He doesn't know, what his appeal is, and he's like, okay, I don't know how to make them love me more. Like I wish they could love me more. I don't know if maybe what he wants it's like a bigger response from the audience. I don't know. It seems like he's attached to the audience validation. Like I feel good when the audience lets me know that I'm doing a great job. It's like he's always looking for that. And he's in a period of his career where he's a bit indecisive about his value. So even though he actually is very well like taking care in the group he feels joy. He feels very happy, very pleased emotionally, but he has his moments of feeling not worthy of love. There's something that I don't know if there's criticism, or he just cannot see how valuable he is. Like it seems like he's going through a moment of a lot of indecision. um, I don't know, maybe the audience should be a bit more like, and not only like, like saying like, oh, you're a great singer. No, I think that he wants to be like appreciated for his character, or for, he wants to be appreciated like wholly, yeah, like I don't know, he's looking for some kind of validation, probably, I don't know, maybe he compares what people, how people praise him and what they say to others, and he's like, oh, I wish they would tell me the same to me. So he doubts his value a bit. He's like, oh, this is the only good thing they say about me. Don't they have something else that they love about me? It seems like probably people repeat the same thing. Like, oh, I love your personality, for example, and you're like, nothing else. Like, there's nothing else. Like, I love your voice. And he's like, I wish. But also probably, he's also playing, and also he's like changing his view about his appealing. He probably, he is in time to change. We know that 80s is always changing and innovating, so he can change his appearance one day. Like we were talking about him being fully dressed. Maybe one day he can wear a sleeveless top and, and just shock us all. There's a still time, but for the time being, maybe he's like a bit on the indecisive path because of his of how the audience perceive him. And it's a very Libra card also, you know. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, it seems like the compliments are always the same, like always like, and he's like, can you profound in this? Can you be a bit deeper? Like, okay, let's move on to the voice, Eric. All these jumping cards. Oh my God, Eric, you're too energetic. Another page. No. I pulled four cards and I'm like, no. Only free. Only free. Always Eric. Eric energy always wants more than he can have. Oh my God, that guy. Hmm. Yeah. He got Page of Pentacles. Again, this page. Four of Wands. Nine of Pentacles. Yeah, very, very, very powerful reading, actually. And from the Oracle, he got Moon in Pisces, empathy. And he's a Pisces rising. So it does make sense. So for Eric, actually, these are very successful cards, actually. I think that him as a magnet, he definitely, I can see the earth, the pentacles, the earth element in him. Even though he's the youngest, he probably is one of the most ambitious one. Here with the four, also with the Four of Wands, there's a lot of celebration happening. Definitely he's feeling very passionate, like nothing is going to stop him until he reaches his goal. Um, there's something about him also seeking opportunities for himself. He has the nine of Pentacles, the card of gain. So he definitely wants to see himself probably like like the blossoming of his efforts and also um, of himself. He's not someone that is going to be stopped. He doesn't want to just be the magnet. He wants to be valued for his individual achievements as well. He's very ambitious. He's very ambitious. He's feeling very like motivated, also very like he's feeling motivated because the group is motivated. You know, the Four of Wands is celebration. The Four of Wands is like a stable moment while all of you are celebrating that there's like this passion, this desire, you know, these efforts put together to build the fire. So definitely the boys are going through like a moment of a lot of union and celebration, and he's like, you know, I made it happen, I make it happen. You know, he's sort of like, he's very well established in the group, like he knows what he has to do, he does it, and he also knows that he's the best. There's something about Eric that he's like a sort of like a very, you know, if you see this card, the Nine of Pentacles, you know, it's like he's like, okay, everything I touch, if I do it right, if I do it correctly, I can make it grow. So even if it's, you know, like working on his appearance, working on the way he you know, changing his hairstyle, you know, or the way he performs, you know, there's something about, you know, I have the potential, I trust in me, you know, I trust that I have the talents. I like he's seeing that he's like growing and expanding, and he's loving it. He's loving it, and definitely he does it also for the group. You know, he's not a selfish guy. You know, he can sound selfish a bit because he's like, he's not the typical shy magnet that is going to stay in the corner. You know, definitely he shines because he has all this passion and energy inside of him. So it's like sometimes the members have to calm him down, you know, and they have to be like, okay, Eric, yeah, I get it. I get it. You are like, yeah, you want to, you know, you came back, you want to show, like, but slow down. Because he's like, it seems like you have to put him on a leash because he wants to go already, and maybe he's not ready, but eventually, like, I see him like becoming like more confident in himself and a better artist and performer. Um, he definitely loves himself, so this is great, actually. And I think that also it has to do with the group dynamic. Definitely we have the cards of, Moon in Pisces, empathy. So definitely there's a lot of empathy in the voice, and also empathy, like definitely for Eric, he's like, okay, like, I'm able to do this because I know you get me, guys, even though I can be relentless sometimes, and you're like, have to slow me down. They definitely get him. He feels like they see him, and they are like, okay, we understand how you feel, but we want you to take care of yourself. Like, don't rush things. Let's do this together. Let's do this together. And I think that this is very important for a group, to have empathy for each other, to be empathic to everyone's needs, but especially for Eric. Because, we were talking about when he was in hiatus, something happened to Eric, and the boys learned a lesson with that. That is like, we have to listen to our Magne. We have to be more present. Because yes, he can act like he has it everything under control, but there are some things that he doesn't have in control. If you notice this card, the card, you have the beard and you have an ear. And look, isn't he like, isn't he like, he doesn't have like the animal that he is like bold, like the dog? There's a person petting a dog. But also there's the ear here. What does it say? Your ability to listen. For you to be empathic, you have to learn how to listen actively. You have to listen with empathy. So you have to listen to him. You have to listen to him and understand why he is the way he is. That actually, if they listen to Eric more, they could achieve a lot, because Eric actually is very, I don't know why, but Eric has a lot of like possibility to actually say things and these things to come true. It's just that they probably don't listen to him because since he's so wild, and also he's so sometimes he has too much energy that maybe it can warn some people out. Like it can like be too much for some people, because also Eric talks a lot. Eric talks a lot. Eric is a lot. He has a lot of energy. So maybe for some members, it's like, oh, there he goes again. There he goes again. But if you pay attention to him, there's some truth. There's something about all the words that he says. That yes, he can be annoying sometimes, but there's wisdom in what he says. Okay, let's move on to NCT Hechan. Like, he's not the Magne of the whole NCT system, but he is the Magne of NCT 127. Then I'm going to pull cards for Jisung. Hechan. He has the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. He
got the 7. I never pull like cards on reverse, but this came out on reverse, so I don't know. I'm going to 6 of Wands, victory. It was on reverse, but I'm going to read it like straight, and then we can expand on that. And 6 of Swords. Then from the Oracle, he got the card of Jupiter in Libra, negotiation. So, yeah, definitely. Also, Hechan it's like a great achiever. We know this because and you know, I think that one of the many traits, because we know that he's a Gemini, he's a Moon in Leo, but actually here seeing him like the Knight of Pentacles, definitely we have to also consider that Hechan is very stable. You know, that Hechan has that stability, that responsibility, and that commitment. You know, probably this is a guy that I wouldn't say that he never rests, but it's like he's always delivering what he has to deliver. You know, very hardworking, very stable. He takes his time to do things, but he's a great learner. You know, he's someone that you just have to let him like alone. He will find his way. You know, alone he's somehow like a genius. You know, like a guy that without, I wouldn't say without effort, because actually the Knight of Pentacles is all about efforts. You know, it's about the slow process of learning a craft. But since he got the Knight, it's like he already is on his way. It seems like he had always been blessed with talent, but that talent also had been trained to be consistent. You know, he has a very particular voice and he's always singing, and he seems to always be stable in his efforts. He never loses his talent. And it's because he knows how to administrate his talent. He's very like you know, like he's very mature, you know, he's very professional, and also he has the 6 of Wands. So this is his Leo moon talking here. You know, this is why I didn't want to read on reverse, because I think that is an insult to a Leo moon that he has the card of victory, and for me to be like, oh no, it's in reverse. No, he is a victorious person. He is a victorious guy, and probably he knows that he is victorious, and he knows that whatever he does, it comes out great. You know, when he has to do his part, he knows that he nailed it. He knows that he nailed it, but he knows because he had practiced, because he had like mastered the consistency and also practice. You know, this is, for at least from what I see here, Hechan is not just a guy that, oh, he was born with the ability of singing. No, he trained for it, and he trained a lot of hours, and he took his time. And like the Gemini that he is, he's always learning. He's always learning something new. He's always taking his time to do, you know, the small routines that he has to do to take care of his element. His element is air. His element is all about communication. So he's like, this is my tool. I have to take care of my tool. Because he feels like the chosen one, honestly. Like, this is very Moon in Leo, but definitely for him, he's the magnet. He's the magnet. He feels victorious. He feels victorious. He's like, you know, I am the magnet. And I'm a very successful magnet because I have what it takes. And I don't feel ashamed to be the center of attention, even if for some people they don't like it. I am the center of attention. I am victorious. When I am present, you can see quality. You can see me. And I think that also his ability is that this talent doesn't run out. It gets better and better. Also, he has, you know, here, like the 6 of Swords, the card of knowledge. So definitely he's a guy that he's always, I don't know about Hechan, if he has been studying something like the Gemini he is, I'm sure He probably had learned some skills or something, but this is a guy that he knows a lot. He knows a lot. He knows himself, first of all, but also he's a guy that he likes to be well prepared. You know, he's a guy that he's very smart. He's very smart. It's just that sometimes he acts like he doesn't know things, but he knows them. He knows, and when I say knowledge, it can be knowledge about anything. So, like I told you, you know, Gemini's hold information about everything and everyone. So this is his power at the same time. You know, this is his power. That he knows what's up. You know, he knows. And here with Jupiter in Libra, negotiation. I'm sorry, this is the naked lady. The card of negotiation. I think that this is, you know, and also Jupiter, you know, the card here of Jupiter is expansion, good luck. You know, I think that probably he feels like he has to negotiate to get what he wants. And this is what maybe sometimes, because he's in Libra, it can make him feel a bit uncomfortable. You know, because he's like, I cannot do what I want. I have to negotiate to do what I want. So probably he's a guy that he's still attached to the group, and he's still is going to be attached to the group's activity, to the vision for the group, to the I don't know, new units. You know, like he seems like he has to wait for the others, and I think that this is something that he doesn't like, honestly, to wait to negotiate for what he wants. But at the same time, he understands that it's important to get along with everyone, you know, and that he's not alone in this. That this is a business that it has to do with people and relationships, and companionships, and also the group dynamic. So even though he sees himself as a very outstanding artist, like he sees himself and he sees his value, at the same time he's like, you know, I always have to negotiate about what I want, you know. And he probably, there are moments where he feels a bit like not comfortable with that. He's like, how come others can do it, like can do individual things and I cannot, you know, like, and I have to always, like, you know, please others, or put my own desires aside so others can accomplish theirs, you know. There could be possible some, you know, some discussions coming from Hedron, because, you know, I think that eventually someday he's going to say something. He gets it now because things are very, you know, unstable, and he appreciates what he has. But when he becomes like a bit older, he's going to start, you know, like putting his foot down about certain things. Okay. Try Suyu. Or Sui. I don't know how it's. Is it Sui? She got Page of Cups, Chewy, Page of Cups, Ten of Wands, Eight of Wands. And from the Oracle, she got the card of Mars in Capricorn, Authority. So, honestly, first of all, she's a very, like, you know, she got the page of. Actually, I never get all these pages, but since we are talking about Maknaes, it does make sense that they get these pages. I mean, from the ones that I have been reading for until now, they all consider themselves young, like the youngest. You know, it's, I didn't get one that is like, no, I consider myself to be, I don't know, old or wiser at heart. I feel like an old man or something like that, old woman. Um, I think that starting with the page of water or the page of cups, definitely, Chewy, it's very, she's very emotional. She's also someone very probably influential in that sense because she's like sensitive, you know, and probably, you know, what happens in the group affects her. You know, she absorbs it. She's also very empathic and probably a bit impressionable. You know, I sense like a bit like too sensitive. And she has the 10 of Wands. So I think that for Tui definitely it's not easy being the magnet because I think that there's some oppression in there. She feels like there's a lot of things to do. You know, probably she's someone that I wouldn't say like she's like slow than the rest, but it seems like her energy is a bit more like of a soft nature, you know, and here with the 10 of Wands, the 8 of Wands, it seems like her reality is changing all the time. And there's a lot of pressure on her shoulder and there's and on the group probably, you know, she's like somehow like being like, you know, the 10 of Wands, it's like I feel this huge weight on my shoulders, like I have to, you know, perform, I have to do this, I have to do this, and also that every second everything is changing for them. So definitely for her, it's a bit exhausting. Yes, it's a bit exhausting being the magnet because I think that she has a lot of responsibility and there's a lot of things to do. There's a lot of things um, um, like she doesn't have time to connect with her sensitivity actually because there's a lot of things to do. There's a lot of like opportunities coming and they take it. A comeback is coming, they start working, you know. So she's showing me that even though she's very soft at heart and she sees this, there's also a lot of people coming and going and moving her and being like, okay, you stay here, you do this, you go here, I touch you and I arrange everything for you and I move you here and I put you there, you know. So she feels like a doll, you know, like she's been pushed in different directions and she's like, okay, now here, now there. And probably she feels a bit overwhelmed by that because she's actually more calm, you know, her nature is a bit more, but she doesn't say much actually. She's like, okay, I like this business is aggressive, it's about movement all the time, at least for her perspective. And she feels like a doll, you know, like a paper doll, like oh, okay, here, move there, like a lot of people shouting in her ear, you know, like giving her directions, like okay, here, all about actions, you know, and a lot of noise, a lot of, I don't know how she does it, poor girl. I don't know how she does it because there's a lot of noise, a lot of noise, a lot of overwhelming. Oh my God. Who convinced her, poor girl, to be in this business? Because she seems very sensitive for this. And she has Mars in Capricorn, so authority. So I guess I could say her father convinced her, or a very strong father figure or male convinced her to join this. Because I think that here with the card of authority, the Mars in Capricorn, honestly, I don't think that it's about her being authoritative or being an authoritative magnet, you know, like in the case of the others. I think that for her, it's all about embracing authority at the same time. And she does respect authority. She does respect authority figures, you know, she does respect the traditional values. She does respect what's traditional. So I think that in her role as a magnet, she's all about respecting authority. So, and also like embracing stability. So for her, even though it's chaotic for her as a very empathic person, probably seeing all this energy, this chaotic, like energy of everything changing and a lot of things happening in front of her eyes. I think that at the same time she's a very loyal person. She's a very hardworking person, just like the rest of the girls. So for her, it's like, okay, in the name of work and work ethic and being a responsible person and a Capricorn energy, we know that I had said this about Twice, that I always get that Twice has like a lot of Capricorn influence, like a lot of Capricorn aura around what they do. For them it's hard work, it's tough work. Yes, it is, but they will continue doing it. So from Tui like perspective, she's like, I respect authority, I respect the oldest, like I respect my oldest, I respect the girls, like I will follow the rules, I will follow authority. I will do what they tell me to do, and I will be like I will be like, even though sometimes it's too much for me, like I will be resolutive, I will be responsible, I will be respectful, and I will do what I have to do. Very very focused on the results. Very serious also at the same time. Very serious. This is a lot of people, guys. Please don't keep adding more because there's a lot of people. I have a lot of people here. I have 7 people already. It needs a lot. Like 7 people to go. Okay, let's move on to Lisa. La Lisa. Oh, well. I started with the oracle instead of the tarot. Oh my. Lisa is another one that has a lot of energy. She got 6 of Swords, knowledge. What is this? Oh. 5 of Swords, 6 of Wands. And then from the oracle, she got the card of Jupiter in Libra again. Negotiation. Oh, sorry. Negotiation. Okay. Um, yeah, for Lisa, first of all, we start with the 6 of Swords. So definitely, Lisa is her mind is very sharp. Not only her body, her mind is very sharp. She knows. Oh, she's very knowledgeable. She knows about everything. She's a very smart person. She's very smart. I know that we usually see her like, oh, she's a main dancer and stuff, but probably this is a very smart, intelligent person. And also, I think that it also has to do with her way of dealing with different cultures. Like she's very knowledgeable about things. Does she write her own songs? Because I sense that there's a possibility of her wanting to also put into words or paper her ideas, and like bring extra knowledge or extra uh, like extra words, like I want to expand my influence by the way I do things. talk, the way I communicate, the way I write things, write in a book, or, like there's something about the way she talks that she seems like she knows. She's very smart. It's just that she doesn't have the time because we have the Five of Swords here. The Five of Swords is the card of defeat. So definitely here is like is telling me that for Lisa, being the Magne is not easy. That sometimes because she is very knowledgeable, maybe she can have some differences with the others because, or the others trying to, put her on her place and be like, you cannot talk to us. Like we are older than you, so you cannot talk to us like that. I think that for her being the Magne, honestly, it's like sometimes she has to act dumb or act like she doesn't know things, and she has to somehow hide her knowledge or be a bit less of herself. And I think that sometimes she feels defeated. As a Magne, sometimes she feels like definitely this girl doesn't have emotional support. Like it's all about like for her it's like the way I can do my best in my role as a Magne is being victorious, is being competitive, is being fast, it's being passionate, it's being like the best of the best, to run faster, to do better, to compete a lot. For her, it's all about, like even when they try to like be like, oh, don't do this, like she is like, okay, I'm going to show you at the end that I can be victorious. Probably, Lisa as a Magne is very stubborn in the sense that she doesn't want to follow the rules. And this is very Aries at the same time. She doesn't want to follow what the others tell her. So she's like, yeah, I'm the youngest, but sometimes it looks like I know much more things than you guys, than the rest of you. So she does have these moments of arguments probably, or feeling like they try to, just like what happens with Eric. I was mentioning about Eric and his energy. About the members also trying to, calm him down and being like, okay, the grown-ups are talking here, like, and this is not to, to somehow oppress them, but they are in their rebellious passionate self, and that also they are very competitive in nature. They are like, you cannot tell me what to do, you cannot tell me what to do, I'm going to be victorious anyway. Like, she, it seems like she fights with herself, like she sometimes is like, with this that I'm going to do, I'm going to conquer this. It seems like she's always on a race for something, and probably it's imaginary, probably it's like, but it's like here with the Six of Swords, it's like, I know things, like I know life, like I know about, she knows about a lot of things, and probably she's much more well informed than some members, I would say. But she's like, you guys don't let me say what I want to say. It's like, and also it does make sense because she has, like Hechan, she got the card of Jupiter in Libra, negotiation. So probably, for Lisa to be the Magne, she has to negotiate. She doesn't have other way, she has to negotiate. And also she gets a lot of Libra energy. She's an Aries, so the Aries is opposite of Libra, so for her to considerate others and consider others' opinions and waiting for other people's approvals and negotiate and trying to be considerate, she's like, I'm so done with this. But probably, being the Magne is also about, and being part of the group, it's like, okay, yeah, we get it. You are victorious. You are definitely a go-getter. We know it. You are amazing. You are amazing. But don't forget that you work with others. So even though you are confident that you will do great on your own, don't forget that you're part of the group. So yeah, it's about understanding and negotiating, and yeah, sometimes being a bit fake, and being trying to act like, oh yeah, we'll do what you say, yeah, I agree, but actually, she's thinking about herself, honestly. Okay, let's move on to NCT Dream Jisung. Oh, is Jisung legal of age? Well, the first one, the first one that got a queen. Queen of Wands, Seven of Cups, the Devil. And from the Oracle, he got the card of Mars in Cancer. So I think that honestly, from Jesus' perspective, being the Maknaes is not fun. Like he feels like he's like wiser than the rest, that all of them actually. You know, he's a very sensitive guy. I know he's not a Pisces, but he must have a lot of water energy because he's very sensitive and he definitely could be a sort of psychic, like very sensitive, but not sensitive of like, oh, I don't know what to do with my sensitivity or with my perceptions or with how I can sense things before they happen. I feel that for Jason is like, yeah, I embrace that I'm like this. I'm sensitive, like, but you know, he has the power over his emotions. I think that he embraces how sensitive he is, and he feels like emotionally he knows he's more mature than the rest. That he knows how to overcome probably anxiety and a lot of things. You know, that probably he sees other members like battling or struggling with recognizing what they feel or what they think, and he sees everyone like very troubled, and he sees everyone very like a bit like on denial of a lot of things that happen to them. But for Jisung, actually, he feels he's a very old soul. He's a very wise guy, you know, and he feels like he sometimes is the mother of the group. I don't know if that makes sense, but I don't think that this has to do with performance. I think that, or what he does in front of a camera. I think that he usually invites the members to have these deep conversations, where he ends up being the one that listens to them or gives them advice, even though he's the youngest. So this is very interesting. Um, but honestly, since he has the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Cups, definitely, even though he's very mature emotionally, he feels like he lives in an illusion. Um, he feels like his role in as being the magne, the most magne of all NCT system until now, he feels like he's caught up in an illusion. You know, he's caught up and he has the Seven of Wands. So it's like when you are promised something, when you are like, okay, eventually you will get there, but he never gets there. You know, he never gets there. It seems like everything is just especism. You know, it's like, yeah, I think I see the end over there, but as much as I keep walking, I never reach the end. It's all an illusion. It's all like smoke. It's all very blurry. I cannot see straight. So I think that he was promised something that actually never came. And also here with the devil, I think that definitely Jason has seen a lot as the Magne. He had seen a lot of betrayals. He had seen a lot of not so happy things. You know, he had seen the dark side of some people. He has seen it. passed in front of his eyes. It's happening, but he's also been brainwashed to be like, you didn't see anything here. Maybe he wants to talk about it. He's like, I think that something is going on, and they're like, no, you're imagining it. Nothing is going on. There's nothing going on. So thank God, because he comes here as the Queen of Cups. Either he has a good role model as a mother, like a mother figure, or his own mother, or one of the members that he relies the most is like a true mother to him. But since he also is very sensitive, he's like, I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing. Like, I see that guys, the what you care about here is uh, your own achievements. You are all egotistic. You are all egotistic. Like, I can see it. He sees it. He sees it. He's like, oh, you complain about the other being the selfish one. You are selfish as well. All of you are selfish. So he plays himself as this Queen of Cups, because he's like, it's not that he thinks he's better than the rest. He doesn't think like that. He loves. He has the ability to love and appreciate. But since he's so sensitive, he's able to see. I sense Pisces energy. I don't know why. But he's like, oh, I see you all, and I see the way you move and the way you talk, and I see what you're doing. And I'm here, like, witnessing this. And even though you try to convince me otherwise, I understand that this is all about money for you guys. And that when you accuse each other, it's like you don't realize that what you're accusing the other one of is who you are actually. You are doing the same. So for him, in the Magna is this. It's about being this very intuitive person, this sort of like entity. And also being a bit invisible, to be honest, because for you to be able to absorb a situation as a whole without getting attached, it means that you are somehow invisible, or the others don't know of your power of observation. It seems like since he's the youngest, they're like, oh, he doesn't realize he doesn't see what's going on. He doesn't see what's going on. But he does. He knows. And then, yes, he got the card of Mars in Cancer, quarrel. This is what he sees. He sees the pettiness of all of you. Like when you are petty, when you fight each other, when you accuse each other of very childish things. He's like, I'm supposed to be the child here, but you are all acting like children. So you should stop. Like this is what I see as a magnet. Quarrel. Like siblings, not fighting, not the members fighting. Like a quarrel, like, because this is Cancer energy. This is the fourth house, the house of the home. So he sees it like as if he watches, arguments or discussions in the home. For him, it's his home. So yeah, this is what it's like to be the magnet for him. Okay. I'm going to continue with Sehum. Okay, Sehum. He got Two of Swords, Knight of Wands, the moon, and then from the oracle he got moon in Capricorn, practicality. So this says it all. He's a practical guy. He's like, okay, what do I do? What's my rule here? Like what's on the schedule today? Like tell me, I want to get over with it. I want to do it, and I want to go home. And if you can pay me better because I need money. For him it's like, I'm not here for free, and I'm not here because I love to be an entertainer, because I love the craft. No, I want to get paid. Pay me. Like like money. Like, yeah, get my check. Yeah, get my check. Yeah, exactly. And also starting with the two of swords, I think that honestly he's very good at sort of like finding equilibrium in a group where sometimes there's no equilibrium at all. He probably feels like the heavy weight on his shoulders of being the one that you know he has to, when others are like, what do you think about what happened? What's your point about this? What's your opinion about this? He's like, I don't have an opinion. He's like, neutral. Like, like, no, but he said this and the other said this. And he's like, I don't know. I cannot say. Like, and it drives people crazy because he's so neutral. He's so unbothered. He's like, I don't know. And also here as the Knight as the Knight of Wands, I think that he's a very passionate guy. Actually, the Knight of Wands, it's also very warrior-like. So, you shouldn't like also rely on his looks or the way he looks so calm all the time. He actually can put people on their places. He actually can put people on their places. This is the Aries in him. This is the Aries sun in him. It's like, yeah, like, I just don't want drama. I'm not messing with you. Don't mess with me. But he has his moments, or he had moments where he had to put people in their places. Because with this of being the Maknaes, they're like, oh, he's so cute, he's so cute. And he's like, stop it. He actually has a short temper. He has like it's not a short temper. It's not that he's aggressive, but he's like, like I don't talk to me like that. I don't like it. He's very picky about the things that he doesn't like, and he's very like masculine in that sense, especially when he's no one is around. There's no cameras nor anything. He's like, stop. Like he doesn't stand it um childlike nature. He doesn't stand it. He cannot stand people acting all bubbly around him. He's like he's serious and also very straightforward. Like he knows what he likes and what he doesn't like, and he's very blunt. Even when you think like, oh, he's such a peacemaker, he doesn't get into trouble. He's like, he can be very aggressive verbally if you, I wouldn't say verbally because he doesn't have dead swords here. He has wands, but probably the way he says things, it can hurt some people feeling, because him being like, don't do that. Like actually them trying to, I wouldn't say they're trying to make fun of him, but he's like, you are a fool. like, I don't know what is it about. I don't know EXO, honestly. But I think that probably there's a lot of members that are a bit like, I would say it's not about being childlike, but it's also being very connected with your feminine side. So probably they whine a lot. They're very whiny. They whine all the time. And he comes with this Knight of Wands energy to cut it out. Like, stop it. You're being ridiculous. Or actually being very honest, being very straightforward. Like, oh, you look so dumb right now. Like being very, very like this. Very, very, very serious. Like you definitely feel like, oh my God, I done something wrong, because like he looks very serious. Very serious, very serious. Like he really, he's not, he's a guy that what he comes out of his mind, of his mouth, he's not going to back down and apologize about it. You know, he's like, I said what I said. That's it. You know, like it's not, you know. And here with the moon card, yeah, he has his moments, but also he has his dark side. Not dark side. He has his probably more sensitive side, where sometimes he fears things. You know, he probably has um, he he has unconscious fears. You know, being the magnet. Um, there are some things about the experience of him being the magnet, of actually seeing um, developing some fears that he didn't have when he was younger, for example. So even though he's a very strong guy, he definitely, no one pushes him over. He's not a push, like he's very authoritative. You know, he's the youngest, but you will not mess with him. Definitely, you will not mess with him. But at the same time, he does have fears, and either he fears for the group or he fears for his own security. Like there are moments that he definitely, even though he's a very secure guy, he does worry. You know, he does worry. Maybe he has some also Pisces energy in there that probably it gets activated when he goes to sleep, and he's like, yeah, sometimes I fear, sometimes I don't know, maybe is he afraid of the dark or something like that? um he has some trauma, you know, that is about the darkness, you know, like I don't want to go where there's darkness, or I don't want to be like, I want you to leave me alone, but I don't want to be alone. Like he somehow wants to be like surrounded by people, by others, not so many people, just the people that he trusts, and in a room that is very full light. You know, there's a lot of lights on. Um, were they robbed or something, like when he was in a group, like when they lived together? Was this like a situation where they were like people entering their houses, or did something happen in people invading their personal space? Because I feel like he has a fear of that, of when the night comes, if someone enters my room, or someone invades my privacy. Like I have fear of the darkness. And probably not just like for him, for his own security. I think that he fears for the group. Oh. Mm. Yeah, there's something in there. He acts tough. He acts like it doesn't bother him, but it's still, he still remembers it. Yeah. And well, here with the moon in Capricorn, practicality. Definitely, he's not a guy that he feels sorry for himself or he feels sorry for being famous. He's like, you know, I'm practical. I know this is work. This is what I have to do. This is my role. This is what I chose. So, yeah, so be it. I will do it. Yeah. Yeah, he does have a fear. He has a fear. Did he go to the military yet? No, right? Yeah, I think that that if he goes to the military, he could have some fears about uh, um, they should watch out for him also, just like with Damien, because he could have some fears come up in that space. Nothing that is going to happen to him. No, he's not going to be like vulnerable, but I think that they should give him like sleeping pills or something because he's going to get a bit nervous. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to Infinite Sunghon. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing his name correctly. Very, very positive. For this one, the Magne, um, he has the Two of Cups, the lovers, very, very loving person. Two of Wands, and then from the Oracle, he got the card of Moon in Libra, companionship. So honestly, there's a lot of Libra energy here. I sense that he relies a lot on others. Actually, I believe that this is probably the kind of magnet that if he's not with the members, he doesn't know who he is. Like for him, when he is like, probably if they were separated or if there was something affecting the group dynamic, he was the one that suffered the most. But definitely he's the one that probably has the strongest connection with the others. He definitely loves the members. And I think that he would have chosen to be with the members even above his own personal wishes. This is someone that probably he was put in a sort of like crossroad between, okay, you have to choose staying with them or doing something for you, like being independent or being away. And definitely I think that a part of him, since he has the Two of Wands, a part of him did want to explore options, did wanted to like see what's out there. um, but honestly I think that if he did, maybe the fruits of his labor or maybe his efforts were still very green, like not entirely like fully developed, uh, because somehow he does need of the others. I think that this is the magnet. This is a sort of magnet that he's very attached to the identity of the group. His group is what makes him who he is. So probably in the past, when he was put to have to make this decision, he was like, okay, I will explore my options, but always thinking about coming back to the others. Always thinking about the others. And this is why he has the moon in Libra, the moon in Libra card, companionship. I feel that this is a person that struggles with being alone, and probably it does affect his personal life. That probably he surrenders himself with others, or he accepts deals with others just to feel the companionship. Just to feel that he's not alone. Is he a Libra, or does he have Libra placements? Because I feel like he could even get into relationships or friendship relationships, some kind of connection, because he cannot stand being alone. And he feels very indecisive when he's by himself. He's like, I should be braver. He's like, oh, I should be more courageous. But it seems like he's like, okay, I will there and I will go out. But then eventually he's like, I want to go back with what I have. Like I cannot do this on my own. So, yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of or actually if he has the potential to do some duets or to work with other people, he has a lot of charisma. He has the two of cups. He starts with the two of cups, so he's a very loving person. Probably there's something very Piscean of him, that he's very beautiful. He's very balanced when it comes to his appearance and his personality. And he's also someone very curious. He wants to know about the others. He wants to know how you're doing. He's craving for connection. He's craving for connection, because he doesn't want to be alone. He doesn't want to be alone. But yeah, maybe there's something very infantile of him. Maybe there's it's going to take a while for him to learn about himself. Honestly, I think that at this point, since he has all this Libra here, probably he will absorb information, or learn, um, you know, um, by being with others. Like this is what he has. But yes, as a magnet, definitely the others had made him who he is, and he acknowledges this with a lot of love in his heart. With a lot of love in his heart. Um, Actually, I think that he's like, okay, if I'm able today to explore my options, it's because I had loved. I was loved from the beginning. He was never like he never questioned that he was loved. And that he really like probably these people like really literally, because we know that sometimes in K-pop, like honestly, the members do not get along, or sometimes they do put on this concept of like, yes, we love each other, yes, we are very close, we are family, and maybe sometimes it's not like that. But for him, definitely what he's showing me here is that yes, for him it's love, definitely. There's a lot of love, but yeah, he can get moments where he feels a bit lonely, and he can get a bit addicted to relationships, to just to not feel alone. Okay, let's move on to Nikki and Hype and Nikki. Please, if these people are minors, let me know, because I have no idea. So I will stop. Hmm. Is he minor? How old is he? Oh, okay. Okay, I'm going to move on to Ning Ning then. Oh, okay. Thank you, Samara. I'm going to move on to Ning Ning. Hey, Gabby. Oh, well. Another one. Sorry guys that my hair looks crazy, but it's because I washed it today and I didn't use the hair blower. I just let it dry just like that. So it looks messy. Okay. Okay, Ning Ning. She got Four of Pentacles, Three of Wands, and Two of Wands. Then from the Oracle, she got the card of Jupiter in Leo, publicity. See, yes, publicity. So for Ningning, definitely she's she feels being the magnet is being stable. I think that for her she feels very comfortable with being the magnet. She's like in this position where probably is like for her it's very like she's very satisfied. You know, it's like probably they have a sort of routine and what in her role and what she's asked to do is something that she knows how to do. So she's like, well, yeah, I feel comfortable. Life is good here for me. Um, Being a magnet is not something that actually like she's like, oh my god, this is I cannot stand this. Actually, she has a lot of stability and very stable like connections with the group and the other members. Also here with the Three of Wands and also with the Two of Wands, definitely Nining is a very passionate female. Even though she can look like she's very stable and that she's very satisfied with what she has, like even financially she's doing okay. She has this need to explore options, and she has this need to. I think that she's a member. She's this sort of like magnet that actually, if she explores her options or her her abilities or her passion, she can actually dominate the others. I think that she's someone that she can surprise a lot of people when it comes to her influence in the group. Definitely, there are moments where she wants to dominate the others. Like she wants to assert her authority. Like she's like, you know, guys, like yeah, I'm the youngest, but actually, you know, I am very passionate about certain goals or certain things that she's like, you know, if I would fight harder for this, actually I would get it. You know, she's a very confident magnet, a very passionate magnet. It's just that because she's stable in where she is, she's like, you know, I have no need for now to do something more than what I'm doing. But if one day I wake up and I feel the curiosity to explore my options, I can be better than all of you together. Like something like this. I don't know. I feel like she loves to also like probably play with the others and show that, you know, I'm much more than a pretty face or I'm much more than she definitely loves to provoke the others, you know, but she does it in a very like entertaining way. She probably loves to entertain the others or, you know, to be funny, be goofy. She's very funny. She has a lot of sense of humor. She's very like optimistic, and she enjoys being the magnet, you know, and probably she's a bit like playful, you know. She's like, oh, you know, you want to I don't know, do a race, like, you know, I can beat you, you know, like you see this card, the Two of Wands here is the card of domination, you know. So yeah, this is like this is Mars in Aries card, domination. So she's like, don't provoke me because actually I can beat you, even though like I am the youngest. So, and also here with the card of publicity, you know, definitely with Jupiter in Leo, definitely she's like, you know, with my looks and with my appearance and with the way I am, I can actually like get a lot of like publicity and I could get more publicity. She actually loves the attention. She loves the attention. She loves to be the center of attention, to do some role play. to be seductive, to entertain the audience. She was born to be a star. She was born to be on the public eye. She definitely loves it, and she enjoys being in the group that she is. She's like, oh, this is great. For her, it's all good. There's no regrets in here. For her, everything it's exciting. For her, she's like, oh, this is great. Like, I love it here. Maybe a bit superficial, yeah, because maybe she gets like all like enchanted by shiny things. Like she's like she loves the book because of the cover. She doesn't see beyond. She's not that deep. She's all more about like, oh, I see this, I like it. Maybe she doesn't see, you know, but well, she's the youngest, so it does make sense. But she's stable. She's very well taken care of. Yeah, it's more like a magnet. Yeah. Okay, got 7. What was his name? Because I didn't get to write it down. I always forget his name. Got 7 magnet. Chebum? Jugyum. Jugyum. Yeah, we know who he is. Jugyum. Oh, gosh. I think we're going to get to 3 hours because I still have 2 more to go. And then I'm going to get going, guys, because I am exhausted. Too much energy. Another one that got the card of publicity. Okay. He got the devil card. Page of Cups. 2 of Swords. And yes, Jupiter in Leo, publicity. So I think that, yeah, for him, honestly, I think that he's also a guy that because of this Page of Cups and the Devil, he is a guy that definitely he's very sensitive as the Magnet, and he had seen like what people do for ambition. He definitely ever since he was young, he was surrounded by very ambitious and not so good people, and I'm not talking about the group. Probably I'm talking about the management. And he had witnessed this from the beginning, this sort of like manipulation, a lot of lies, a lot of dark things, and he's like, now he's more healed. Now he's like looking at the present and also the future, and he's like, well, what I went through somehow made me who I am today, and he's a very wise guy at the same time. I think that for him is like he's also like this guy like NCT Jisung, very very connected to what was going on around him when it comes to energies. So he's like, I seen the lowest of people. I see the lowest of people. And but he's like, I even though I saw this, I want to put it behind me. Like, I don't want to concentrate on the negative. I don't want to go there. I want to leave it in the past. And here with the 2 of Swords, definitely he wants a simpler life. He wants his life to be more optimistic, and he wants to find balance, equilibrium in his life. He also wants to see the beauty in life. He doesn't want to go back to watching what was lost or what was destroyed by ambition. He wants to concentrate on the beauty of the possibilities, of not knowing where his career will go. He's like, okay, I will play with the options. Even if I'm not sure of, I don't know. He probably is also a very impressionable kind of person that he doubts himself, or when he has to make a decision for himself, he also, because the two of swords is also a Libra card, so he's like he probably takes advice from the members. He doesn't make decisions just by himself. um, he doesn't feel ready yet, as an adult, or maybe as a magne. He feels like he's still an apprentice. He doesn't feel like, okay, like I'm the owner of my experience. He's like, I'm still, yeah, I'm still a, a child somehow. Um, and he's trying to make peace also with that part of himself. He's trying to, like, let's not focus on ugly things. Let's just see the positive side. Let's um I think that he's a very sensitive guy. He doesn't hide that things were difficult, but at the same time he's like, I'm free now. I'm more free, so I do not regret anything. But yes, this corruption, this manipulation was part of my journey as well. I seen it. But now I'm looking more at the future. I'm like, I'm looking about, like, I'm not sure about, the outcome. I'm not sure how to live this new role in my life. He's a bit like, maybe I should ask others for their opinion, what they think of me. Am I going to do this well? How do I do this? He probably relies a lot on others, still on the members, because he somehow looks for their approval. But he's learning. He's learning. He's embracing himself. And also here with the Jupiter in Leo publicity. So yes, he's also thinking about showing himself more, of showing his himself more, like even in a very superficial way. So I don't know if this means, I don't know, like brand deals, or like luxurious brands, or him showing himself, like, I wouldn't say naked, but showing his body, showing his muscles, like something that has to do with beauty or with sex, like sexy, his seductive side, his sexy, like literally expose himself out there more. Show himself as an entertainer, because I think that probably in the past he was a bit shy, a bit awkward, about his body image, and about, I don't know, feeling self-conscious about himself, and now he's like, I'm going to put myself out there and you're going to watch me. So yeah, I have to become an entertainer because, it's just me now. But yeah, like, trust a bit on that yeah, that yeah, show yourself to the public. It's okay. It's okay. Like, you are experimenting with your image. It's okay. It's okay. Do it. Do it. Put yourself out there. Okay, next we have Taming. I know I read for Taming not so long ago, but this is to read for him as the Magne experience for him. What is it like? Okay, Taming God. Ace of Water, that it would be like an Ace of Cups. Ten of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. Mercury in Gemini, excitement. So honestly, for Taming, being the Magne had been like very beautiful, actually, very successful, very. I think that because he has because he also started very young. We here with the Ace of Cups. Um, for Tammy's experience as the magnet had always been like him being this cup of water, like always available, always open, always ready to receive, and always been this inspiration of love, somehow because he had always been like cute and he had always been very loving. People pour their feelings on him. They fill his cup. I wish I had like a card that show a full an ace of cups with cups pouring water, because that's how I see his nature. I see him like this, like him being uh, very receptive, but also I think that for him he always felt like full or filled with people's love. um, like for him it had always been an emotional experience, and also with the Ten of Pentacles, literally he had a family being the magnet. Like he had everything like arranged for him. He was sort of treated like a son, literally like a son. Um, Literally, he was the son. He was everyone's son. I don't know if that makes sense. But the Ten of Pentacles also talks about prosperity and abundance. So for him, there had always been things available, from love to the material things. It seems like even too much, like probably they gave Tamin too much, like here before he was ready to ask for it or to recognize, okay, what do I want, like what is my desire, what do I want to eat, and no, everyone like shoving their plates at him, come on, eat, and him feeling full, like really full, like okay, thank you, like thank you, you're taking care of me, of my needs, but almost like too much, like when you give too much, like it's a good thing that you are giving, but maybe you're giving too much. And and then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So definitely, for Tamin, being the magnet had been a roller coaster, had been a roulette. He went through moments of having a lot, having everything, and then the roulette turned, because literally here you have a roulette. And suddenly, it seems like there was a moment where that luck or that lucky period was over or it was interrupted. So for him, it was like, okay, I will take all the love and everything I can while I can, because it seems like the good things were there, but they were also this instability in the air. The Wheel of Fortune is like a moment of luck where you're like, oh, okay, oh, wow, I made it, I have everything. And then all of a sudden, the wheel keeps turning and you have nothing. So for him, probably it was very confusing being the magnet. It seems like you have all your needs taken care of, and then at the next day, everything was taken away from you. And everything felt very cold and lonely. And probably people like representing you and being like, why are you always asking for things? Or you're always asking, but you never give back. But, I'm used to people giving me things, I'm used to, no one actually had taught me to give back. I always receive, even without even wanting to receive. I always, like, they always give me, so I guess I'm used to receive. But, there was, like, I think that for him, life has been like a sort of like a very, there were moments where things were very unstable in the group, even though the water is here, the ace of water is here, the love is here, the wealth is here, the money is here. But there were moments where he was left feeling empty. And everything turned very unstable. Even the members being unstable with him. Like from like, oh, we love you, and then no, I take my love away from you because no, I don't want to. I don't want to give you love now. Go away. So for him it's like it's very it seems like it's not like people think that he always had everything. Like there were some like they made him feel guilty for giving him everything. Like somehow like tormenting him for like, oh, you always get everything. Like, aren't you tired of getting everything all the time? Like, like punishing him for it, and not punishing physically, like taking things away from him, like a sort of game, like now you have it, now you don't have it, now you have it, now you don't have it, you know. So yeah, like, but hmm, a bit twisted, a game, honestly, like because I believe that this is people growing up playing, grow ups playing with him, like sort of like an experiment. Okay, let's see how he reacts if we take this away from him. You know. But well, he got the card of Mercury in Gemini, excitement. So for him, honestly, for him the experience is that he's someone that he's used to learning from experiences. I think that he's someone that he sees. He's a very childlike person. He tries to find the excitement in learning new things. And probably for him, practicing, learning something new, incorporating new knowledge is what excites him. To practice and being better, to absorb knowledge, to be an eternal kind of learner, an eternal student. He's like this. He's like, okay, like as long as I have something to learn, something new to learn, like I'm happy. I'm happy. And I think that this is about his experience as the Magne, that he learned a lot of lessons. He learned a lot of lessons. Yes, there were moments where he's like, oh wow, things are so weird. Like things, like or people are so weird. Or like is this okay? Like him being confused at all the information he absorbs. Maybe him also being very young to somehow understand what was going on in front of him. But definitely he sees it with the eyes of the child. He's like, okay, like, yeah, like, it's exciting to be me because it's like there's always something new that happens, like, and so he's not someone that he's like, oh, like, I'm afraid of change. No, he's like, okay, there's something new that is going to happen, a new chapter, a new concept, and you come back, okay, I will go and learn, I will go and practice, and I will let the knowledge like to excite me. He absorbs of the experience what he can. He tries to be very humble about it. Okay, yes, I seen it, like I told you about other idols, that they got the devil card, they definitely, some have seen the dark side of K-pop, and they don't run away from it. They do not pretend that they haven't seen it. They see it. They see it. It's just that sometimes you have to focus that you are there. That's the role that you are assigned. So the best thing you can do is to work with your talents or what you have available. So yes. Okay. The last one, Yang Yang. Yang Yang. And then I'm going to go because I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I cannot with my soul. Another one that got the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, yeah. Is Yang Yang in Libra? He got the Libra card. Okay. Uh, he got the of um, Eight of Swords, Wheel of Fortune, and the Star. And then, yes, the card of companionship, Moon in Libra, companionship. So I think that definitely what Yang Yang here is showing me is definitely wavy situation. We start with the Ace of Swords. That definitely is a card that talks about interference. You know, that talks about, you know, when things don't go the way we want to, and we are stuck in not being able to move forward. So I think that from Yang Yang's perspective of being the Maknaes is to also being used to somehow having some interferences in his career or in his development as an artist. You know, he definitely started the experience with a lot of anticipation, you know, and with a lot of like excitement, but he started it with a lot of interferences. And he started good, but then things happened, and from his perspective, he was held captive, or the group, for, you know, not being able to advance. But then we have the Wheel of Fortune in the middle. So the Wheel of Fortune, you know, the Wheel of Fortune, here in this case is about, you know, moving forward, like somehow the luck again, you know, the wheel is turning. So I think that also it shows you how everything in a SEM can change in a minute. So he comes from like interference, Wheel of Fortune, and the Star. So definitely for him, it had been like literally like roulette as well. Like, yeah, everything was held, was postponed, was cancelled, was like on pause, and then all of a sudden the wheel started turning again, and we have the Star. So definitely he thinks that now that the wheel is turning to his favor, he has the potential to show his stardom or the group's star quality. So I think that he feels very blessed because, and he is a star in his own right. He feels like a star also in the group. Probably they do give him a moment to shine, and he feels very grateful for it. And probably also the way he entered like the company or the entertainment industry was also a guide from the universe. You know, like it sounds very magical, but I think that it was meant to happen. You know, he has what it takes to be a star. So the star here is like probably showing that he's a very he's someone that he's very positive, you know, and probably he's someone that, yes, he's very young, but in he believes in himself, and he believes that something magical is going to happen, and he's going to fulfill his destiny. You know, I think that he's someone that he has also this attribute of being like the light for the group. Like somehow, like, I don't know if it's because he's funny, because if he's witty, but there's something about him that is very beautiful, that shines very bright. And also he's very innocent inside. You know, he's very innocent, like not childlike, but he's a believer. You know, he's a guy that he believes. He believes in science, or he believes, you know, and somehow, you know, also this belief is also allowing him to see that even when the moments are still a bit, you know, unstable, he still sees the light at the end of this tunnel. You know, it's like, okay, maybe today is not a good day, but tomorrow it will be better. I promise it will be better. So maybe he also is like the one that keeps the hopes up in the group. You know, him being like, you know, guys, this is not entirely lost. You know, we can do this. And also with the moon in Libra, the companionship card, I think that also he's a guy that he's devoted to the group. You know, he is not egotistic. He doesn't think about himself only. Actually, he thinks about the others. I think that his his view, his eyes, his attention is always at the others. He worries a lot about the others. He's always like looking at, like, how are you doing? Like, are you okay? And if there's something wrong, he probably is the one that notices it. And he tries to make everyone at peace. You know, he tries to make everyone feel like okay, like calm, like he goes and talk to the different members. You know, he tries to be a mediator because it what makes him feel like good inside. You know, he's like okay, yeah, I understand how you feel, you know, but yeah, let's keep doing this. We are a group. You know, he definitely is another member that for him being part of the group is part of his identity as well. You know, he definitely puts his heart into the group. His identity, his soul is in the group, and is also his probably his one of his goals is to have companionship, you know, and to make this group like a real close group of people, you know, that they create a bond, not just being stuck together. You know, he wants to everyone to get along, to listen to each other, you know, to be harmonized. So yeah, guys, this had been long 3 hours. So if someone can help me with the timestamps, I would appreciate it because there are like 1, 2, 3, 4, like 12 people. I read for 12. Well, I don't remember, but yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to go and keep like I'm going to go because I have to cook and I have to like rest a bit. So thank you so much, guys. Yes, this was fun. I actually like had fun as well. I think that yes, they deserve to get this sort of readings, and it was an interesting topic. So thank you guys for the, you know, the for recommending it. So have a great day, guys. Bye.